Hi everyone, this is Anil. Welcome to video on how to get AWS secret using Flow Designer Subflow. So as part of this video, I'll demonstrate the subflow which is created. This is an extension to the previous work we have been doing on trying to read AWS data from ServiceNow, where we have already built a jar file which is doing all the work. Right? I'll quickly do a recap of the jar file. I'll execute that and then I'll show the subflow and its execution. The code is available on GitHub and also on ServiceNow Share. So first we'll try to run the uh, bat file that is doing the work of calling the AWS secrets manager and then fetching the secret value. So if you see here, this is giving the secret value as var and value. Now let's compare this with AWS secrets manager. So I'm logged into my AWS secrets manager, and here if you see the secret value is var and value. Now we'll try to fetch the same thing from ServiceNow Flow Designer Subflow. So if you go to Subflow and execute this Subflow called AWS credential parser, then you can see that in this variable called std out, var and value is returned as the uh, secret value. So this is how this piece of code is working. Now I'll give a background about the configuration which is done. So if you look at this Subflow, the first step is it is triggering a bat file on ECCQ, which is running this bat file here, right? I mean, this is standard a way of executing a bat file on ECQ, so nothing fancy about it. It is just a script that is doing the work. Now, what it is doing as an output is it is giving the ECCQ sysID so that we can read the response. So there is a wait that I have added because it is an asynchronous operation, so there's a wait time there. Now, once the wait is over, we'll do a lookup on the ECCQ for the input corresponding to the output probe that we have sent. So this is the conditions which are used to get the input probe. And then we are trying to parse the payload, which is done here. Again, this is a custom action. So basically it's trying to read this XML, which is the payload, and then it is trying to read this element called std out, which has the security value, and that is being returned here. Now this can be processed in however you want. For example, if you want to pass this to any REST operation subsequently or so on and so forth, then you can do that. And now in terms of the ServiceNow share and GitHub code, I want to show that now. So on ServiceNow share, I have added a project and I have added this update set which has the subflow. It also has links to the GitHub code which has all the jar file creation, all the logic, the base code in the jar files as well. Now if I open this link to GitHub, you'll see that there's a project and this is the code base. Now here, if you navigate inside this Lambda Java example, then you'll see the jar file which is doing all the work. Yeah, so to quickly summarize, in this video, we're trying to understand or the configuration which is done to fetch AWS secret from a subflow. So I have shown the subflow definition and also have shown the links to the ServiceNow share project where the update set is added and the GitHub project where the jar file to work with AWS is added. Thank you for watching. This is Anil.